Alright, I want to talk about why we always want to look at patterns before any intervention built on top of that. Let's use meditation as an example. In order to meditate, we need to be able to hold our attention. If we can't hold our attention, we can't even enter that practice of meditation. Now, if my patterns are all over the place, meaning the things that I'm doing in my life are leading to a state where my physiology is chaotic and I'm internally sensing a lack of energy, it's going to be very hard to place my attention and keep it there. So before I go jumping into a very intense, say, meditative practice, I want to get my patterns in check. Let's use the gym as an example. If I want to go to the gym, have hard workouts, make physical adaptation, train for something, I need energy. If I don't have energy, my workouts lead to me overtraining, an inflammatory response acutely that my body can't handle, so adding to more stress. A nervous system that's already wired and tired that gets pushed higher and higher to its window of tolerance, leading to poorer sleep, irritability, who knows. Let's say I want to go do a psychedelic. I want to go do ayahuasca. I've been pumped about it. I've signed up for it. But I have, once again, lack of patterns in my life, lack of physiological coherence. Do I really think I'm going to get a lot out of that state? You can go look at the work of a friend of mine named Malin. She does work on something called body set. So what is the physiology doing prior to going into some form of psychedelic experience? And the outcomes clinically are clear. The healthier the body going into it, the better the long-term effects are. So oftentimes we're trying to stack all of these things onto a physiology that's not ready to handle it, and then wondering why we're stuck in the same mindset, why we're stuck in the same body, why we don't have the ability to concentrate and to think through things, and we're stacking on all these protocols and things to do and, structure that people have told us is what we need to be healthy. And all of this stuff, whether it's working out, meditating, an ice bath, a psychedelic journey, you name it, it's all useful. But the idea is if your patterns aren't in place and you're lacking physiological coherence, and your system is running at a constant energy deficit all the time because you're not living in a way that allows your system to produce clear energy and for internal chaos to be minimized, then when you go and you take X tool or X protocol and you stack it on to what's already going on, oftentimes you don't get the outcome that you're hoping for. And then you're spinning your tires, wondering, why am I stuck like this? I've tried this thing, I've tried that thing. But if you're trying all of these things and you're building it on a house of cards, every single time it's going to collapse. If we can focus on foundational patterns, the things within our lives that will give us better energy, that will lead us to sleeping better, that will lead us to feeling like we have the capacity to deal with whatever our life is throwing at us, then we use protocols and we stack it on top of a structure that's already deeply integrated and functioning. So I genuinely do believe from the bottom of my heart, if people put more time just into nailing the basic structure of their life and then looking for specific tools in specific contexts that work towards their goals and what they need, they would be way better off. But if we continue to skip all of these foundational health principles and stack things on top of an already disordered system, we're never going to end up where we want to be. And the physiological consequences of that long term, of adding additional stressors and things to a system that isn't ready for it, there's real consequences there.